No. Okay. Google got me, you guys. Like, every time I go to do a set of nails and I want inspiration and I want to pull in something, you know, I did the Area 51 set, which I have to edit, but I'm going to get it out. But, so I Google alien, and here is all these alien abductions. So today we're going to do some makeup, and we're just going to go down this train wreck. Oh my God, what a ride it has been. Like, this is still criminal, just so you guys know. Alien abductions are criminal. This is, you know, what do you call it? It's an abduction. It's a kidnapping. Like, these people are claiming that they have been kidnapped, and they have been probed, and they have been researched, and things have been stuck in them and up in them and up in them. And, you know, this is definitely criminal, and it's serious because there has been several claims over the years that, you know, these lights and, you know, these people that are hard to identify and describe, sometimes never even like the same. Like, they don't even look like, the descriptions vary, but depending on who, like, you're asking. So reports are a little sketchy, but okay, it is criminal. The U.S. government gets involved. If you state that you have seen a UFO, you can yell it to the top of the Trump Tower, and nobody is listening to you, just like nobody listens to Trump. But if you state that ooh, that just felt like goob on my nose. If you state that you have been abducted by the fifth kind, the government is getting involved. They are flying people in. You are getting a lie detector test. Your body is getting scanned. Everything is going on, right? So there has been several just cases. We're going to call them cases. There's been several cases, and like, we're going to jump into a case that is hard to not believe, because there's facts in this case that come from the government. There's facts that come from local police. There's facts that come from family members. Like, this has been investigated thoroughly. There's reports from hypnotherapists. There's reports, like, these things have been released. These people do not want to look like liars. This is just a whirlwind. And I, like, oh my God, is Area 51 real? Is cows really dropping dead from nothing? Or, like, just, oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's a lot. So we're going to go over this case because this is definitely a crime. These people state, this is an unsolved mystery. These people state that they was abducted, and we're going to go over it, and we're going to decide, are they crazy? Or do they believe that they was abducted, but not really? You know, was they given some type of drugs? Was they on something? If not, are they just liars? We don't know. This is an unsolved crime or unsolved mystery. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out today. We're going to know, are alien abductions real? And we are going to do some monster makeup. Monster makeup is going to be, I'm going to try to look like an alien. Like, I'm going to do an eyeball, and I'm going, like, an eyeball here. And then, like, this eye, like, when I close this eye, it's going to look like a big fake eyeball. And then this eye is going to be cute. And then, like, I'm going to do something here. Let me get my face done up. We're going to cover up some blemishes with some concealer. most of my makeup comes from cheap places, drugstores, Dollar General, just whatever. I will leave whatever I use in this down below. And let's get to it. If you guys ever come across the Believe Beauty at the Dollar General or Family Dollar, just don't get this stuff. It's so cakey and dry. It dries out so fast. It's just no good. So, in the 1960s is where our story starts. And we are going to talk about a couple because it's a little bit more believable to me if it's a couple because it's two people saying it. And it's hard to get, you know, two people to say such outlandish claims, you know, just it's not every day people just say that aliens come down and take them up into a UFO and probe their bodies. Not every day that happens. So we are going to talk about a couple, Betty and Barney Miller. They were a couple, a mixed couple actually, from the 1960s. That's what really drew me to this case, is because being a mixed couple in the 1960s, you are not going to bring any more attention to yourself than what you already have. It's a bad time to be a racially mixed couple back in that time. So, you know, I don't believe that anybody with any common sense would really, at that point in time, bring that much attention to themselves. Especially if you're a mixed couple, you're probably just trying to lay low and hide, you know, not hide, but I mean, you're not going to want any unwanted attention because the attention at that time would probably just be negative. Okay, let's just state that. So we have a mixed couple and, you know, they're married. Betty and Barney are married and they, you know, she is a social worker. He is a postal worker. They are in the community. They are active. They are in the NAACP. They are on the committee. Oh my goodness. They're on the board of the Civil Rights Commission. Okay? These are honorable people. They are honorable. And they are on a trip. September 19th, 1960, they are on a trip coming back from Montreal, Canada. They are driving through New Hampshire, through the White Mountains, and it is really late. They stop at a roadside diner, they get some coffee, and they are back on the road. So, I'm sorry, I have a lot to conceal, okay? I kind of mix concealer, so I don't use what I showed you. So, they're like, not like, they are. They're on their way back from Montreal, Canada, and they're driving through the White Mountains, and all of a sudden, they see these lights, and the lights are coming towards them, but they can't see the lights. They can't really see what it is. They just see the lights. So Betty, she says, you know, stop. I want to get a better look. And they have binoculars in the car. So they get out. They're kind of looking around, and they see these individuals in the road, these bigger individuals in the road. So they're like, okay. Betty gets scared. Well, somehow, like, for right now, that's the end of the experience. They end up home, and they realize when they get home, like, Betty's dress is torn. Barney's shoes are all scraped up. He had to get a new pair. They were really, really bad. And the binoculars are broke. And it took extra time to get back home. And, you know, that only difference is that they saw those lights on the road. So this couple, Betty and Barney, are home. And they realize that, you know, her dress is tattered, his shoes are all messed up, and that, you know, their time has went away. You know, there's a couple hours missing there, but what can you do about it? At this point, all you know is just that time has passed, and, you know, there's these weird things, but what can you do? So I assume they just go to bed. They go to bed, continue life as normal. This is what they say. They continue life as normal. All of a sudden, they start getting these flashbacks. And they're creepy flashbacks. You know, Betty, 10 days after it happens, starts having nightmares, these dreams of these people, you know, taking her, and her being really frightened and shaken and not wanting to go. Barney, he is starting to remember, you know, these beings and being taken, grabbed and pulled, and, you know, so Betty calls her sister, and she's freaking out. Like, you know, this happened on our way back from Canada, and I don't know what to do. I feel like, you know, I mean, this is just me because the conversation is not really known. But during the conversation, she was just really scared and worried. And she is like, you know, this is what's going on, and I'm freaking out. So they decide to get a hold of a doctor, a hypnotherapist. So, you know, where we're at this point, you know, they only take a drive from Montreal, Canada, back from vacation. They see the light. Time pass that they don't know what happened in that time. They get home. Okay, that's all that's known, and that her dress is torn, his shoes are messed up, and the car is shinier, the binoculars are broke. Oh, and the watch stopped working and never worked again. And, you know, 10 days later, Betty starts having dreams. Barney starts getting flashbacks. And, you know, she calls her sister. This is kind of an ongoing thing. They're going to deal with this as a family. So they talk about hypnotherapy, and they talk about going to an Air Force base close to their house and speaking with government officials. And there is on record that they had spoke to the government officials. There is a case. The government felt that Barney was truthful in what he stated, that he saw the light, and, you know, they had come into contact with something. The Air Force Base actually stated that they had gotten a blip on the radar that night, and it was just a weak blip. They didn't really know what it was, but it was an unidentified blip. So it seemed like, if you believe in UFOs, that this story could be real. They didn't know at this time. They didn't know. So they're freaking out. Barney has post-traumatic stress disorder, bleeding ulcers. He can't sleep. He gets high blood pressure. It's just all bad for this family. And they're trying to care for, you know, her sister, her sister's family. They're all coming together, and they're all trying to figure this out. And Barney ends up taking a leave of absence from work. The post-traumatic stress disorder is a serious thing, and they were shaken. They were very shaken, you know, and they had spoken to the government, no answers. So this is all happening from the period of 1961 to 1964. I gotta remember to do my makeup. Good Lord. I just keep doing this. So it happens from the period of 1961 to 1964. You know, from this first happening to the family deciding on hypnosis. And they get in contact with a doctor named Benjamin Simon. and they wanna go under hypnotherapy to see what can be found. You know, at this point, obviously the government really isn't listening to them. They didn't really offer much besides, hey, we believe something happened, you know, but who knows? And let's kind of let's go over this because, okay, so they're on a long drive, right? This is from Montreal, Canada to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where they live, and it's at night. It's a long drive. You know, what if it was like somebody was in the middle of the road, or like a tractor with the lights on, and it was somebody that like came up on them and knocked them out, and they just didn't realize it. What if that is the case? Like, and then everything else is just a bad dream. Or maybe they like went off the side of the road into a ditch and came back up, but both hit their heads. Or maybe they got poisoned at the coffee shop that they stopped at. Maybe they got like Ebola, or no, not Ebola. Maybe they got food poisoning, or, you know, like, how can this happen to two people at one time where they're like, and they're both really being honest, you know, like they're being totally honest about this. Nobody is having any questions about these people's honesty. Remember, they are in the government. She's a social worker. He's a postal worker. Why would they come up with this? Like, just to look like crazy goons? I don't see that happening. But what else could it be? Like, is it really aliens? Like, did they come? This is bothering me. I mean, God. So they get a hold of this doctor in 1964 called Benjamin Simon. And he's the, do we believe in hypnotherapy? Do we? I don't know. I feel like if somebody was to try to hypnotize me, I'm not that susceptible to crap like that. So, like, I don't know if I believe in hypnotherapy as being something that I would totally put stock in. Maybe like a lie detector test. Maybe. I don't know if those are truly totally real all the time or not, but I mean, I would believe in a lie detector test before I believed in hypnotherapy. I don't know. Like, you see people on stages and they're like, boop, and they're like, oh. So, I don't know. But they're wanting to figure this out. So they're going to go all routes possible and no holds barred. The family is behind them. The government said that they believe something happened. You know, that's a go for me, I guess. Let's get a hypnotist and see what's inside our brains. Oh God, I would never let anybody get inside my brain. Woo, the skeleton's in that closet. You're not getting nowhere near my brain. Oh, you keep your fingers out. But yeah, so they're like, let's go to this hypnotherapist. So they actually, so this Benjamin Simon, he decides to see them, and they go for several sessions. And during the sessions, they separate Betty and Barney, and they, you know, hypnotize them. And during these sessions is when Betty and Barney kind of start realizing what went on that night. So I'm not able to really play the recordings, but I can act them out. So during these sessions, Betty, now remember, her dress was torn, the watches stopped working, his shoes, I gotta get this makeup done, guys. Oh, stop distracting me. Okay, so what am I doing? I don't want that on that lid. Oh, okay, remember this is gonna be the eyeball. So, Betty, okay, let's start with Betty's. So, Betty does her hypnotherapy, and she is saying, you know, Okay, under hypnotherapy, like in the moment. So this is Betty in the moment. She is saying about seeing the lights of the craft and the men that are standing there. And she remembers that she got scared and nope, not that eye. Sierra, stop. Okay. She remembers that, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever done this look, and I'm doing it like totally out of my own head. So let's not judge. No judgment. It's going to be cute. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay. So they see the light. They're in the car, and well, so Betty, she's scared. She's like, oh no, you're not taking me. So they, oh my God, this is dark. Oh, blend, baby, blend. Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So we're past this. So you guys, this is so hard to do. It's hard to do anything and talk. All right. So Betty is remembering seeing the light, and she's like, oh no, you're not taking me. So she gets out and she runs. She runs into the woods, but she gets intercepted, and she is fighting. She is fighting for her life. She does not want to go. She is really scared. In the tapes, you can hear her saying, like, please, no, let me go. I don't want to go, please. Like, she is really, really fighting, and she does not want to get taken. She doesn't. She is really scared. She fights them, and they get her onto the UFO. They get her on it. Now, Barney, he sees the lights. Betty is getting out of the car and running. And he is sitting there. He gets ready to open his door, and they grab him. And when they grab him, he doesn't really fight, but he doesn't go. So his feet are dragging the ground. And in this hypnosis, he is remembering, like, his feet are hitting the ramp of the UFO. They're taking them through this clearing in the woods. The UFO is not on the road. They were on the road, but the UFO is not on the road. So they're going through this clearing in the woods, and the UFO is in the woods somewhere. And what is that? Nail struggles. Okay. So they are... Let me get my eye makeup, this one done. I will do the eye on here. Okay, so I did the rest of this eye. All I did was just blend it. I couldn't do it while I was talking, and I did my eyebrow. So I did it. All right, so Betty is under hypnosis, and she is being probed. They get her on the table. This is not what I want. Okay, so they get her on the table, and she is screaming, you know, please no, don't do that. Don't put those in me. She said they was putting a needle into her navel, and that, you know, while they was doing it, she's in the moment. So she is screaming, don't, please take it out. It hurts, please take it out. So then they go and they take skin samples, and they go in through her mouth, and they check her eyes, and that's like the extent of it. They're just checking her out all over, and they're taking skin samples. They're going in her mouth. They're just doing these things. And she's, you know, freaking out, screaming, please don't. Like, don't. Like, it hurts, please don't. This is under hypnotherapy. So when you're under hypnotherapy, you're not really supposed to know what's going on with you. Like, this is supposed to be coming from your subconscious. So this wasn't supposed to be known before the fact. All they knew before the hypnotherapy for the 4 years was that they seen the light, time was gone. And now all of a sudden, 4 years later, under hypnotherapy, which is supposed to be working, this is coming out that they was attacked and they was taken up on a ship. Barney also remembers his shoe scraping, you know, and that's how they got ruined. Her fighting is how the dress got ruined. And that, you know, they had been probed. So, yeah. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on alien abduction? I'll tell you mine. I totally believe in aliens. And I believe that they could possibly take us. I mean, maybe they are interested. Maybe they are killing cows. Maybe, you know, maybe this stuff is really going on. And yeah, like, just maybe, who knows? Okay, so that's not it, right? So that's just one abduction. There are more. Okay, there's another one that happened really close to this time. So, like, I don't know why, but a lot of the abduction stories that I read and watched. Oh, so Betty, though, she definitely has an advocate for the truth, because her niece, when she called her sister, her niece, which was only 4 years old at the time, remembers the whole thing. And she remembers the whole time that the family is advocating for them that this really happened. Okay? It really happened. So, I don't know. They got a lot of people fooled. If not, I guess, I don't know. Like, they just got a lot of people fooled. Because it was the both of them, and they seem like a great couple. Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Oh, I don't know. So we're gonna go on to the second story, and that is going. I can't use this brush. This brush is ruined. Ruined. Okay. So you're getting the 2 for 1 because this is taking longer, and this is gonna be a whole nother video. But why not? Let's just throw it in here. So, in 1973, Calvin Parker was 19 years old, and he was, you know, just living his life, and him and his friend loved to fish. They loved, you know, they was getting ready to start families. They was just normal people, you know, just normal, good old boys. So, him and his friend Charles Hickson decide one day that they are going to go out fishing. Oh, this is taking place, sorry. Okay, this is taking place in Pascagoula in 1973. Calvin Parker, who is 19 years old at the time, you know, he's a good person. He's just young. He's 19. He does drink occasionally. He's known to kick back, you know. Him and his friend Charles Hickson decide that they are going to go fishing. Now, these are young kids right now. Like, they don't have like a whole resume to give you. They're just, you know, 19-year-olds going fishing. So they get out to the lake and they're just chilling, and all of a sudden Calvin sees this blue light, and he's wondering, it's coming from behind him. So he's seeing it, and what is this? What is this? Jesus Lord. Okay, so he sees it, and it's coming from behind him, and he's kind of freaked out. And he turns around, and he sees 3 big figures. 3. Like, he describes them like football players. And he is scared, automatically scared, because he's thinking before they went to this fishing hole that it said no trespassing, and his friend was like, oh man, it'll be okay, let's go in there and fish. So he's thinking that he's about to get arrested for trespassing, and oh no, so how am I gonna do this? So they decide that, like, they're standing, okay, let's do it in here. They're standing on the boat and they're looking at each other, these blue lights coming at them. Whoa. These blue lights are coming at them, and they see the football players. They both look at each other and they're like, oh no. It takes two of them to grab a hold of Charles Hickson, and only one of them to grab a hold of Calvin. And Calvin says that, you know, as soon as they touched him, he felt like, okay, let me do like this. They felt like as soon as the guys touched them, Jesus, this just isn't going the way I want it to. As soon as the guys touched them, he felt like instantly relaxed and, you know, just take me away. Calgon, take me away. Is that what it is? Calgon? Okay, anyways, here. Okay, now. All right, so they're instantly, like, relaxed, and he can't really fight them, so they're transported onto the ship, and they lay him on this examining table, and he's totally relaxed, and the good times, let the good times roll. They of course, they start to probe. So they're on the UFO, and they're on the examination table, and he says that, you know, the guy, the big football player guy, that he moved very robotically, and that there was this, like, a deck of cards thing that came out of the ceiling, and that it, oh Lord, where is, okay, this is gonna work, that it came down and it clicked, and that it clicked here, and then it clicked here, then it clicked here, and then it clicked here. So it clicked all over, and then that the guy left, and like a more female presence came. And that he was scared, but that, you know, she kind of calmed him a little bit and was like, it'll be okay, don't worry. Like, she kind of patted him, no, she didn't pat him on the shoulder. But so she said it was going to be okay. So he believed her, and it was. They got released, and they got let go when they got off. Okay, I gotta... Does that look like an eye? It probably doesn't. Good Lord, Sierra. So, they got... I'll touch it up in a minute, okay? I'll touch it up in a minute. Okay, so where are we? Because I'm so lost in the sauce. Oh my God. Okay, so Calvin, he's getting probed and everything else, and the lady tells him, like, it's gonna be okay, right? Well, she lets them go, and let me see, what can I do with this? So she tells Calvin, like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna get to go home. So they do. They release them back to the fishing boat, and when they get back to the fishing boat, Calvin looks at Charles and is like, what just happened? We can't tell nobody. But Charles, he's like, bro, we gotta tell somebody. We gotta tell somebody. So Calvin's like, okay, all right. We're gonna call the cops. We're gonna call the cops and we're gonna tell them that we was just out, you know, trespassing and fishing out here, and that, you know, we got abducted by some football player looking aliens. Can you guys imagine what, like, ring. Hello? Doing paperwork, you know, like this person had a break-in, this person's cat was up a tree. You're writing all this paperwork and it's probably like the end of the night and you get this phone call that, you know, like, hello? Calvin says, I want to tell you something, but I feel like you'll laugh at me. And so the cop's like, well, I'm kind of busy right now, but what's going on? So Calvin tells him, like, bro, no, he didn't say bro. Obviously, he didn't say bro. So he's like, I was abducted by aliens. And the sheriff, or whoever it was that answered the phone, the cop that answered the phone, was like, you know, like, what? Look at me. Look at my face. I swear I'm going to bring it all together. It will all come together, I swear. Okay? But, so, they're like, yeah, what happened? What are you talking about? Calvin's like, we was out here fishing. Me and Charles, you know, the homie. You know Charles, don't you? And, you know, we were abducted by aliens. So, from what I can tell, it was like, we gotta, like, I guess maybe, like, if you're a cop, you have to investigate abductions. I don't know. I don't know if you have to or what it is, but they did, okay? They did. Okay, so the sheriff is like, you know, he laughs. And Calvin's like, I told you he was gonna laugh. And the sheriff's like, well, come on, you know, like, come on in and we'll talk to you. So they come in, and the sheriff thought that he was going to be slick, right? He told them, like, come on, go sit in this room. And when they went to go sit in the room, the sheriff ended up, like, hold on a second. The sheriff put recorders in the room, and it was what he heard. Like, he thought he was going to catch these two guys in, like, a gag or something. And it was like, you know, let's just put them in here. We're going to catch them in this, and everybody will get to go home, had to go laugh, whatever. So they put them in the room, and Calvin and Charles are like, oh God, I need to get home. Like, I need a drink. This is nuts. And the other guy is like, yeah, this is crazy, you know. I mean, what? I don't know. If I was sitting in a cop shop, I mean, I think that I would kind of, you know, guess that I'm going to get recorded. I don't know. Like, you kind of have to think, like, yeah, like, they're listening, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, possibly, it's what cops do. They investigate the situation. So, like, yeah, they're probably listening in. I mean, it's a good chance. So the sheriff's like, let's fly in some other people. And what do? They fly in hypnologists, euphemologist is something that was said, but I don't know what that is. And I'm not Googling it because God forbid I Google euphemologist and come up with a whole nother video for you. So they take a lie detector test. Maybe that's what a euphemologist is. God, I'm going to Google this. Oh, Lord. So they do the lie detector test, and it comes back that they're not lying. Okay. Well, I don't know if I believe in lie detector tests. God, I'm such a cynic. But I believe in aliens. I believe in aliens. So they take the lie detector test, and they, you know, they get hypnotized, and it's real, I guess. I don't know. Like, they never found a reason to doubt them. So, like, this went global. Like, these guys, people, news crews, swarming the sheriff's department. And, I mean, there's never anything to suggest that these guys were lying. So, you tell me. Like, what is going on? Is there really things out there that are, you know, taking people and you know, like taking us and want our tissue? Like, is it? Because I don't know. I have a feeling like there's way better ways to get around, you know, getting humans than getting us while we're awake. And these guys were known to drink. So, and like in the interrogation room, you heard them say like, I'm going to need something. The guy is like, you know, Charles is like, I'll get you something, bro. Like, you'll be able to sleep tonight. So, Charles went on to like write a book about it. And Calvin says that he didn't want to talk about it. For 45 years, he never really talked about it. But he got sick. He had 2 open heart surgeries. He had a stroke. And he really felt like he needed to come out and talk about it. So he talked about it in 2013. This was kind of kept inside him for 45 years. So it wasn't like this shoot for fame or fortune or, I mean, what kind of fortune are you going to get out of getting abducted anyways? So that's never going to be something that's a part of it. But, like, you know, come on, guys, you know. All right, let me finish these scales. I'll be right back. We will talk about this. Okay, guys, let's talk about it. I love it. I think this is so cool. Look. I don't know how I'm supposed to take pictures for Instagram like this, but I'm about to figure it out. And I love my little wigs. Like, I am like a whole new person with wigs. So, I'm sorry, I had to finish it off camera. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. But we are at the end of the story anyways. So, sorry, I don't know which way to look sometimes. But, so with Betty and Barney, they flew in people, hypnotists, they talked to the government. Everybody decided that they was not lying. With Charles and Calvin, they flew in hypnotists. They did lie detector tests. It was like this huge thing on the news, and everybody decided they was not lying. Now, Betty and Barney have a sign actually where they was taken. and it states this is the spot Betty and Barney were abducted. And they're thinking about doing the same thing for Calvin and them. Oh, I don't know. Betty and Barney, both being the people that they were, clean-cut, average Americans, and like just, you know, wholesome people that get abducted, and for 4 years they don't know what happened, and then all of a sudden a hypnotist, and they discover it. Like, why wouldn't they, if they was lying, why wouldn't they come out right away and say, I was abducted? Instead of it just being a UFO sighting, why wasn't it and I was abducted? And then Calvin, he waited 45 years to speak. Charles wrote a book. He did all the extra stuff. But Calvin waited until like his deathbed to really say something. And I know that you don't get money from this stuff, you know, but it's like, did you guys get abducted or not? Is there aliens out there? Like, this is a crime. These people, like, the government is actually investigating these things. And if the government isn't going to call them liars, like, why can't the government just clear this up real quick? But would we believe the government? Would we? I don't think I would. Not if they said it wasn't true. Because Area 51, they need to let us know what is there. Because Independence Day got me thinking. And that was some years ago. So I just wish the government would be honest and say, when people come out and say these things happen, the government swoops in and it's all a secret, and the government's like not giving answers. Like, you know, it's kind of like if somebody was doing something and like they're just, I don't know how to explain it. How do you explain it? Like when somebody, like, I don't know. Like, why does gay come to mind? Oh God. But like, okay, I don't know. Like, okay, pregnancy. Somebody's pregnant and you're kind of thinking that they're pregnant, but they're not letting you know, but all the signs are there, but it's like, is he, ain't he? Or is she, ain't she? You know, and then all the, like, you're just wanting that answer, or like, does someone like you? Like, you know, you get the vibes, but you're just not getting the answers. Why can't the government clear up these vibes? Like, why can't they do it? Why can't they just come out and say, like, Area 51, here's what it is. Everybody come in and look. It's just a airport that we test vehicles on. Or, you know, these abductions, like, yes, that blip on the radar when Barney and Betty were seen, like, we believe that was a UFO. This is our thoughts on it. Like, be honest. I don't know. I'm getting so mad about this because I really want to know. I want to know. And Google got me going. So if you have anybody to blame, it is Google, because I'm so sick of Google getting me on these train wrecks and all the way out there. So, all right. I hope you guys like the look. I love the look. I think this is just, it's cool. If these bangs would get out of my way. Did I tell you guys? Oh yeah, look here, up here. I added some glitter so it'll look really extra cool. Boom, boom, boom. So my headaches, I was getting headaches and I was tired of it, and I actually got one yesterday, so cutting my hair off did not help. But I did that ponytail thing where you just put your hair in a ponytail on top of your head and then you chop. Don't do that. Whatever. I knew I wasn't going to care. I just did it. I only took 6 inches off and I had a lot of hair to give. So I was like, Sierra, you need a haircut. You need a haircut. And I knew I wasn't going to get a haircut anytime soon. So I just figured if I was at home, just chop some. And if it was ugly, then I'd have to go get a haircut. So it was like my subliminal way of forcing myself to go do something. Whatever. Oh, I got another wig though. I want to show you guys. She is so pretty. Wait until I do like a makeup look with this. It's gonna be the bomb. Like, look at how cute it is. Look at this. This is a lot of hair. It's like it keeps going like a jellyfish. Like we're in SpongeBob under the sea. It's so cute though. I seriously swear, like this is gonna be so cute. And there's no bangs, so I have to figure out a way to like make this little band here look natural. I'm gonna do it though. I got this. I got this. I hope you guys liked the channel today. Do you guys believe in aliens? Do you believe, like, okay, I believe in aliens, but I don't know if I believe in the abductions. But do you guys believe in the abductions? What do you think? Because I don't think these people are liars. I don't. I just don't know if they was really abducted. I don't know. I gave you guys the information that I have. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it though. And I do have another crime and clause coming. I'm just doing the research and I'm not really all that happy about it because it really is a bummer. And I do have a giveaway going on in that video, so you definitely have to stay tuned. I will be giving away this Savvyland paint set. So it is not builder gel, it's not gel polish, it is gel paint for art. So I ordered it and I didn't realize I put 2 in my cart, and there's a lot in these Savvyland pots. They get you for a long time. Like, I don't know when I'll ever run out. So this is worth it. I will be giving this away, and I will be giving a couple other things away because my Instagram giveaway is still going on. I don't even have 500 followers yet. So that's that. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. I really love it. I thought this was so much fun. Ow. I'm out. Bye. Babe! Come here. Am I hot? Ooh. She's like, what are you doing?
I'm running along.
Snaps.
Screenshots.